G. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Epic Podcast. Me and Jared in here tonight, man. How's your sports week been since the draft, I should say?
Uh, Shit, it's been cool, man. Red's been on the roll, so it's been a joy watching them play and pick up some wins. I don't know
Okay.
how they're doing it. I mean, their batting average is absolute last in the entire major leagues, but they're winning games. So I mean,
Mm,
I still ain't really figured out how they're doing it, but they are. So I've been enjoying watching them. Doing my car shows. Same old, same old. What about for you?
well, speaking of baseball, Boston, we fired our whole staff.
I saw that.
That's hitting coach, that's everybody. Everybody had to go.
I heard
So,
Alex Cora was like throwing some shade or had some things to say. He seems like that type of person. But I read it. I ain't been able to like tap in though.
yeah, a little bit, but also, too, like, Boston's not one of those teams that's used to just underperforming for a long period of time,
Oh, for
and
sure.
it's been a while. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Since since he's been there, and we've even competed in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like what are we doing?
How long was he
That's
there?
some 6 years, I want to say.
Hmm. That was quick, man. I'll tell you one thing
So
that flies, like sports seasons and celebrities' children. Like they years are like 2.5 years every year.
yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, I think it was time for a change. Maybe not at. I mean, I guess if you're gonna make a change, beginning of the season, it's time to do it. But also, it's like you could have did this 2 months ago because I mean, technically, he been underperforming since. But we also our draft talent ain't been what it usually is. Um, we can't hold on to talent once we get it. They easily quick to trade somebody or allow them to sign with other people. So I'm not um I'm not mad at the change. It's needed. I mean, and we've won I think 4 in a row since he's left. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a response to
It's
you
always
know.
like that.
Yeah, it's always like that. You know what I mean. So I don't know like what correlate because all the players nobody's came out and said anything other than good things. But it's like in that same sense, like why are y'all underperforming? So
True.
if you like the manager, the coach and stuff, then like go out there
What
and
was the
perform
reason
for
why
us.
y'all were sucking? No, I get that.
Exactly.
I get that.
So, but I mean, everything else been cool, man. Been getting some good NBA playoff games. I've been digging the playoffs, so not
They've
too many
actually been better
blowouts
than I
or
would have. Yeah, they've been better than I would have expected. Really.
yeah. I mean, because it's been some dog fights. Some underdogs have been winning, leading series
Hmm.
now against teams you wouldn't have thought. So
Yeah.
it always make for a good product when it's competitive and it's not a whole bunch of first round blowouts. So
Never would have thought this Laker team was would be in the position they are in. I would
hanging
have
in
never thought
there.
Minnesota would have been in the position they're in. Shit, hell, I never would have thought Orlando would have been in the position they're in. Like, so yeah, it's definitely some shocking outcomes for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I guess the one non-shocking thing is OKC's in the second round now. So,
Yeah,
but I
fairly
mean,
easy too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We could start there as far as our topics. They sweep the Suns, and right now, I mean, Timberwolves maintain a 2-3 lead on the Nuggets, even after
3-2.
Jokic goes crazy. 3-2, my bad. Even after Jokic go crazy with a triple double the last game. No D no. I cannot say his last name. No D DiCincenzo. How do you say his
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo? Man,
Yep.
gosh. No him, no Anthony Edwards, and Minnesota still putting up a fight, man. What do you think about that Minnesota team? That series in general, I guess I should say.
Man, if they can find some way to get one of these next two games, that'd be miraculous. I honestly don't see it happening. I feel like they're just losing too much. I already felt like they weren't the better team, but they were
Mhm.
finding a way to win. But without AE and DiVincenzo, like, I can see the Nuggets winning these next two games by 30 each, like, and that just being it for Minnesota. But I'm hoping they actually pull it out because I hate to see teams that have put in the work kind of fold at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's the Western Conference playoffs is really just. I mean, people are playing for second place anyway, so
No,
I
for
really
sure.
don't think the grand scheme of it, everything, because I don't think anybody can even get close to. I don't even think anybody has two games for OKC. So uh, I feel like even if the Lakers do pull this one out, I mean, they got to win one of the next what three games? They got three games to win. 3-1-4. Yeah, they got three games to win one. Even if they do end up pulling it off, but they're gonna get smoked the next round. Luca, AR, without with them, period, they're gonna get done pretty bad, in my opinion. So yeah, I think everybody in the West is playing for second place. I think the East is wide open, especially with the number one seed on the opposite end of a 3-1 series. Do I think that they can still come back and win? Yeah, based on what I've been seeing. I mean, K with the turnovers, like that's crazy. I ain't never seen him with that many turnovers. I think he averaged three
Yeah.
point seven on the season. I think he's up to seven a game in the playoffs. So that's not a good look. Um, I'm watching Boston and Philly now. I feel like Boston is going to just go ahead and finish this off. But they were up.
Looks like it.
They were up 20. No, excuse me. I saw at one point they were up like 15 or 12 or 15 points ish somewhere around in there, and now they're down
Hmm.
one. So
Ooh.
we'll see how this game ends up. But Cleveland
May live to see
Toronto,
another day.
yeah, Cleveland Toronto. I don't really know what's going on in that series. I mean, my boy is falling into the stereotypes again. My boy Harden. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know he is later in his career, but I don't really know.
He's
Honestly,
been
I ain't
doing it
watched
his
any of
whole
that
career
series.
though.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't even watching it. Nah, we can't say that because his stats says something else. So I mean, I don't. I mean, his stats say that he's produced in the playoffs. I guess maybe people can say, oh, the closeout games, this closeout game, that. All right, but it's not like he's averaging 16 points per for his career in the playoffs. Like that's not accurate. Um, but yeah, man, I haven't watched any of that series. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. So I'm not
I
really
think I watched the
fully sure.
first two.
I think I might have seen because when they first played, I was in New York, so I missed all of that game. Yeah, I really don't think I've seen any of that series except maybe the last few minutes of the last game or something like that. So I can't really tell what's going on in that game. I mean, it's 2-2. I guess it's time to tap in if I'm going to.
Right.
Um, but yeah, did we touch on
Because
all
it
of this?
didn't it didn't it didn't look too good at first though. Because I
Hmm.
mean like Cleveland won the first two and like how they won the first two, it just didn't look like it was going to be competitive.
Yeah, I
But
I couldn't even
like
tell you how they
Toronto,
won the first two.
yeah, I
So,
think that's kind of like turned people off to that series. But I
am
mean
I missing
Toronto's
one?
fought back. Knicks Hawks.
Oh, that was the last one I was gonna wrap up. The Knicks are up 22 right now. I'm not sure why or how or what's going on. I feel like those teams are a lot more evenly matched than people would think. Um, Atlanta was playing well towards the end of the season. Really before the end of the season. I'm gonna give them credit for, like All Star breaking up. They have been playing really well post Trey Young trade. Um, so
And even battling, like I mean, those first two games they with the Knicks, even the games the Knicks have won, the Knicks haven't won by a lot. This is probably the most that they've
yeah,
really been up. It's been a battle every game.
because what they're up 2-1, right? It just went to
No,
commercial.
it's even. It's even. It's two
Oh,
two.
2-2. Yeah, well, it's looking like the Knicks are gonna run away with Game Five. So we'll see what happens in Game Six. See if they can force a Game Seven. I'm pretty sure this series going seven.
Yeah,
I want to say Orlando and Detroit's gonna go 7-2. I feel like Detroit's gonna pick up the next two. They just gotta tweak some stuff. I don't know what's going on with their ability to score all of a sudden. It's weird. Um,
and you got, I mean, you got Cade averaging 30.
Yeah, but nobody else is even
30 and 7,
anything.
30 and 7. Yeah. What's the they got they center is decent. The
Duran, I'm not
big
sure what's going
Duran.
on with
Yeah,
Duran.
he's been non-existent from what I hear.
I know one game, Cade. I want to say Cade had like 34, and they scored like nine. No, he might have had 40, and they scored like 90. It was something crazy,
Hmm.
like 30, maybe 36, 37, and the whole
Mm-hmm.
team scored 90. It was something ridiculous. Like, so I'm not
Wow.
sure what's going on with their offense, but I do feel like they have the talent to flip a switch and then run off these next three games because Orlando wasn't all that good going into the postseason. I'm just gonna keep
Mm-mm.
it being like they like backed into
They
the
didn't play
playoffs
good. They didn't
well.
play. Yeah, they didn't play good in the play-ins. Oh, the last one
Yeah.
they went
Well,
crazy
yeah, the
on
one against they threw
on
the doors
Charlotte.
off, but the first play-in game and then leading up
Wasn't
to the
good.
play-in, they were not playing good. So I was
I agree.
actually hoping that Charlotte got that spot because actually Charlotte was well. They was actually playing
They're playing a lot
well
better.
down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Hmm.
hoping Charlotte was gonna get that spot, but they're up 3-1 against the number one seed. So apparently, they had other plans. So I mean, I'm not mad
Yeah.
at it, but yeah,
Nah, I agree. It always seems like it's always one big surprise. Like I mean, like in these 1-8 games, either East or West. Like you end up getting some unexpected competition in a good way. But I don't know, man. I kind of feel the same way about that. I kind of wanted Charlotte to get in just because they had been fighting so hard, especially like you said
hmm
towards the end of the season. I think it would have been a better matchup.
yeah.
But like I mean, shoot. I mean, obviously, maybe Orlando's been hearing that and it's like, look, now we are the matchup. Like, so
Yeah, for sure. And they
it's
actually are the better matchup for the Pistons. I feel like the Pistons would have been a little bit too much for the Hornets, but I feel like it would have been a more entertaining series. To keep it 100, those games have not been. I've watched like a decent deal, I believe, of all of them, except for
mhm.
maybe the first one. It's like that first weekend I was out of town, so I didn't watch the first couple of a few of the series, except the late night ones. Yeah, the early ones. Yeah, like the first one started, I think, like one on noon or one on that Saturday.
Mhm.
I missed all of that, and then the second one, I missed all of that, and then New York was actually playing a home game while I was in the city. I missed all of
Mhm.
that game, and then I was able to catch a little bit of the Lakers in Houston. So yeah, so I'm trying to
Okay.
watch as much as I can and keep up, but
And then a lot of the games, like they're overlapping. Like one
yeah,
game will start at like 7, the other one will start at like eight
8.
thirty, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're in the middle of the game. Like so, kind of force you to jump back and forth. Cooper
Yeah.
Flag
Well,
wins Rookie of the Year. What do you think about that?
that's actually crazy, and it's very influential to the card market because I have a couple big Con Canuple cards that I was kind of holding, anticipating him winning Rookie of the Year,
Mhm.
and he didn't, and the value of those cards crashed, so I got burned on those. I probably just hold on
Mhm.
to him next season to see if he can
See if
get
he
hot,
an All
hot,
Star or
start
something. Yeah.
hot, and then they'll be right back up. But yeah, man. So it's just crazy how things that happen in the sports world affect like my personal business. Because like at this point, it's more than just a hobby. Like this is actually a legitimate side business for me. So it's crazy how
Mhm.
happenings that go on in the NBA like affect inventory, affect prices, affect buying, selling, all of that. So I wanted it to be Cole because actually I have a pretty decent Cooper Cup too.
Cooper
But
Flag.
so I wanted it to be Cole. I wanted them both to get it. I feel like neither guy did anything to not deserve it. But I feel
Yeah.
like if Khan had been able to push Charlotte to the playoffs, and he probably would have won it. But
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
look at
In those
that,
playing games, if he'd have went crazy in the playing games, I think, and I, and I think I was
yeah,
saying
he
this
did
too. Like,
struggle in those games for sure.
it's like, what do you do for me lately? Type of deal. Like, they wait on these awards on purpose because some of these guys do match up against each other, and or not up against each other, but you get that final chance for the voters to get that last look at them and say, like, okay, we were on the fence about him, but he came through. So no,
Right.
I agree with you. If he'd have had, if Charlotte would have got in, and then what I mean, he had two good games, I don't think Cooper Flag would have won it.
Yep. I
But
agree with
then,
that.
like I was also like what I was saying, the Cooper Flag was in the play in. Just period. I think he probably would have just won it either way.
Yeah,
So I mean, unfortunately, it's kind of that thing. Is like, are
I
you
hated
a
how
big enough impact on a bad team to push them over? And that's the position that Flag was in, unfortunately.
yeah, I hated how people were trying to just like take it away from Cooper, because even a lot of like
Mm.
NBA personalities was like, oh nah, it's Khan. Like I mean, just because you know how I am with stats and production, it's not all about the team, bro. Only one guy can only do what one guy can do. Like
That's true.
if I'm killing and we sad, that shouldn't be a knock. Like we just sad. You know,
Yeah.
he can't affect that AD was hurt and got traded. He couldn't affect that Kyrie
He
Irving
came
was hurt
into
already.
yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not
Hmm.
his fault that Klay Thompson is worthless now. Like those are three first ballot Hall of Famers that were on a team that weren't there to produce due to injury or just are not able to produce anymore. Klay Thompson, and
Hmm.
then I think Lively missed a lot. Um, uh, what's the other big?
Starts with a G. Gafford.
Gafford. Yep, I think he was in and out. I mean, what is man? Like, I'm watching baseball. I'm going to say Steer, and Spencer Steer.
Flag.
What is Cooper Cup? Cooper Cup.
Cooper
Jeez,
Flag. This
what
I
is
know this is
Cooper
the second
Flag?
time.
What is he
What is
supposed to
he to
do?
do? I
Yeah,
agree. I'm with
so
you.
I hate that notion of, oh, well, his team sucks, so he can't win a. That has nothing to do with him killing. Like it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
that. So on the bright side, I am happy to see that the voters were able to look past that and he got the trophy
Okay. Brad Stevens, Executive of the Year, back-to-back years for
for the
Boston.
for the Boston.
Hmm.
Have they really done anything? I mean, outside of basketball, like have their front office really did anything crazy?
But I think like losing Horford, like they lost a couple guys, and then no Tatum for most of the year.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
Still,
coaching a hell
yeah.
of a coaching job. I don't really
I,
know
but I
what the
think I
front
think
office did there.
having I think have maybe having a good, I mean, a deep bench. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like having some young guys step up that that you acquired.
I think they should rename that the Sam Presti Award, and he should just win it every year because what he's got cooking in OKC is crazy. You know they got a lottery pick this year.
Yes,
Like that's
bro. I'm
ridiculous.
not surprised. I'm not
It's
surprised, bro.
really it's really the Dodgers, not the What the hell am I smoking tonight?
What are you
It's really
old,
it's
bro?
really the Clippers. It's really because I'm
Yeah.
watching baseball and I've been kind of just absorbed in it. So like I'm
No,
thinking LA.
it's definitely the Clippers' fault.
The
Like,
Clippers
the
like set
Paul
them up for
George.
sure. Like
Yeah,
they need to send the Clippers a ring from last year and this year if they're able to pull it off because that trade was crazy. But I mean these trades have been crazy. They've been. What's the other? Oh, the Desmond Bain trade I think was wild too. 4 first rounders. But
hmm.
then people say I'm crazy for thinking Trey Young should have went for more than a bag of chips like he did. And it was like, all right, well, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just yet to be seen. And for like I said, I think the problem is that when a team voices that they're shopping this player, or this player publicly requests a trade, it just ties the hand of the trading team
Mm-hmm.
of what they can ask for and what everybody else is going to be willing to give up, because it's like he doesn't want to be there, and or y'all guys don't want him anymore. So both of
Right.
those things, either one of those things being true, just hurts the value. Um, but again, like I mean, Washington, we'll see, because who else they got? They got him. They got
Cool.
AD.
Washington.
Washington. Yeah,
Shit, AD. I mean, they got all them young guys. They got Alex Sarr.
yeah,
They got Keyshawn George. I think AJ Johnson's still there. Bub Carrington
yeah.
is there.
They should have a deep. They're gonna be,
Shit, still got
top five in the
Coulibaly.
draft probably. Cause yeah, they're gonna be probably top five in the draft too. So I mean, you get one more guy in there, two. You know what I mean? Very seasoned vets. Both got playoff experience. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they could turn it around. I mean, quickly, especially if you got decent coaching there. So I'm not against it, but I mean, Brad Stevens. I don't know what it takes to win Executive of the Year, but I mean to win it back to back. I mean Boston had their struggles, but to be the number two seed, I don't think anybody foreseen that without Tatum being there.
Mm-hmm.
For I
That's
mean
really
literally
crazy that they got
like
executive. I don't
85%,
know how they make the league.
85% of the year. Hmm?
That's weird. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. It's kind of crazy,
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Man, that's pretty much it on the NBA, man. Right now, like I said, just playoffs. Just to update everybody. Of course, OKC sweeps the Suns. San Antonio's up 3-1 on Portland. Nuggets, Timberwolves. We touched on them a little bit. 3-2 Timberwolves. Lakers up 3-1 on the Rockets. In the Eastern Conference, we got Detroit and Orlando. Orlando's up 3-1. Boston and Philly. Celtics up 3-1. With Philly pushing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks and Hawks series tied at 2-2. Cleveland and Raptors series tied at 2-2. So conference semifinals start May 2nd. So this Saturday, we should know who's all in the second round. And then conference finals start May 19th. And NBA finals start June 3rd. So yeah, this time, I mean, in the next month or so, we'll know who's in the finals and be wrapping up this NBA season, man.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna jump over to NFL. Talk about the draft. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna let you get this off your chest. We're gonna get this off your chest off the bat. How do you think y'all did this year, man?
I think we did okay. I still don't think that we did as well as we probably should have. I mean, the wide receiver out of Alabama, the production is not there. He has some off the field issues. It's like I don't know. I really just don't understand what goes into their thought process. Says they did their due diligence on the guy, but why do you continue to make questionable picks at in the fourth round? I mean, if you like a guy, you want to pick him in the seventh round. He got some things going on. You looked into it. It's fine. Everything checks out. Cool. But I mean, I think he had like 1,200 yards like throughout his entire career. I don't want to misspeak, but just like why'd you pick him? We didn't address linebacker at all, so I don't know
You said
what
you talk about the receiver out of Georgia.
out of Georgia. Yeah, I said Alabama out of Georgia.
You did. I
Yeah,
was like, I think okay. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just
Colby Young.
like why'd you pick him? Um, in the fourth round is still money round, man. Fourth round, there's guys that are picked in the fourth, fifth round that actually make a difference on the team. So I'm not sure what went into that. I do like the edge. At least we actually drafted with production. I mean, we in the second round we were able to scoop up the defensive player of the year in the SEC. So I'm messing with that. 11 and a half sacks last year. I think that was like first or second. So cool. You draft on production. I mean, you figure the guy that we got in the second round this year had three times as many sacks just last year as our first rounder last year had his entire career in college. So I mean, I feel like that's a win. Um, we got a corner out of Washington. I don't really know much about him. I hear he's 6'3", so he's a little taller. We'll see. But the fact that we didn't get a linebacker anywhere is crazy. I
Yeah.
don't know
Got
what.
two old linemen, a receiver, tight end, D tackle, and an edge.
Yeah, and then we're also famous for getting like low end tight ends. Like you know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
get tight ends that either they can do one thing, they're like a blocking tight end, like just get a stud tight end. So I think we probably have four tight ends on the roster right now. Three. I think one of them left. Noah Fant left. I mean he had like three fumble sixes last year. Like, come on, bro. So I'm glad he's gone, but it's just like let's just get one tight end that can do everything and then get a backup and then be done with it. So
Yeah.
yeah, the fact that we didn't address linebacker at all is kind of crazy. The guys we had last year were, I mean, they literally were ranked. Although I think the PFF, I think that's what it's called, PFF is kind of fried.
Hmm.
I think some of the rankings are just like, bro, what are y'all on? But they were ranked like dead last. I think like 87 out of 88 and 88 out of 88. So you got the two worst linebackers in the league, and you don't pick up a linebacker anywhere. So I think that was subject. I think that subjective is the wrong word. I think that was suspect. But I like us though. I like the fact that we acquired Dexter Lawrence. I like the fact that we got the DN in second round. I like that we did get a corner. We locked up our safeties spot, so I kind of knew before we traded the 10th pick that it wasn't going to be Caleb Downs. I feel like we got two new safeties in. So yeah, man, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I feel like we could have done better, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I mean, right now they're giving y'all draft grade a overall B.
Yeah,
So
I mean
that's not
that's
bad.
probably about right. I'd probably say a C plus B minus,
Mm-hmm.
but that's because really like look with our history of drafting, that's why people was like, oh man, the Bengals gave up the first round. That's terrible. Nah, it ain't. Nah, it ain't. Because we have a history of drafting guys in the first round that are non-factors. I know before everybody says, we've had this conversation before. Oh, you guys
Right.
got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I understand that. Jamar was in 2021. Joe Burrow was in 2020. It's
Those are no
2000.
brainers.
It's right. Those were layups, but it's 2026, and we haven't drafted anybody that's making a difference since. I feel like Chase Brown is probably the most difference making, if that's a
Yeah, most
phrase.
productive,
Yeah, he's giving us most
most
production,
impactful.
most impactful. That's a better way to put it. But even still, if we were to draft a starting running another running back to start, I wouldn't be like, oh man, no way. You know what I'm saying? So he's been
Mm-hmm.
okay, but is he replaceable? Absolutely. If we were able to draft Jeremiah Love, I'd have been like Chase Brown, buy or back up or whatever. So
Right.
he hasn't made a difference as to, oh yeah, that position is on lock, you know. And it's like I like Chase Young, but we don't really know how to use him. We
Not
we we
Chase
use
Brown.
people. Chase Brown, yeah, we use people. I said Jamar Chase.
No, you said Chase Young.
Chase.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you sound like me today, bro. This is crazy. This is how I
I'm
be sounding when I
tweaking.
be messing people names up.
I'm tweaking hard. But yeah, Chase Brown. I like Chase Brown, but he's kind of like Giovanni Bernard to me. And like we didn't know how to use him, and I don't feel like we know how to use Chase Brown. Like get him in space. You know, I don't know why
Yeah.
our team is so unwilling to make a creative play scheme and get guys in a position to succeed. Like get him into some space, man. Like move him out, run screens with him, but we'll line him up and run him like he's Derrick Henry. And it's just like we already don't run a fullback, so it's 99% of the time we're in single back. You can't have a little guy running. It's just not gonna work, and especially with how predictable we are with the running game. It's just like you gotta if you're gonna be that predictable with the running game, you gotta get a guy back there like somebody that can handle the low pause and be able to get that short down yardage. But overall, I'm optimistic for the first time in a while about our season. So we'll see.
Yeah. Um, I guess I'll talk about ours before we jump on the winners and losers. I'm not mad, especially about C.J. Allen from Georgia.
Hmm.
Just being an Alabama fan and watching him, all through this, like he's
Linebacker,
for
right?
real. Yeah, linebacker. Probably gonna be playing Mike. Probably gonna had a green dot on. Probably gonna be calling plays too. Um, he's that type of guy. I like that pick, and I like the AJ pick from LSU, the safety. Probably our two biggest needs on defense, because of course we got rid of Zaire Franklin, and of course we can never keep safeties healthy. So and who knows again like what's gonna happen with Ward, because he and Kenny Moore just requested a trade. So um,
I saw that.
definitely need to shore that up with another guy. Um, got us a guard, um, Jalen Farmer from Kentucky. Not mad at that either, because we lost Braden Smith, which was our right tackle. So we probably gonna be doing some shuffling around on the line. So to have another young guy in there, grab linebacker from Oregon. Don't know too much about him, but again, our linebacker room is kind of small. Even though we pretty much run a 4-2-5, so we pretty much only had two linebackers out there most of the time anyway. So I'm not
Hmm.
mad at that. Had to get some edges. We got to figure out who can get after the quarterback, because our quarterback pressures outside of Latu. We we haven't been getting pressures on the quarterback. So we ended up picking back to back edges: George Crumps Jr. from Georgia, and then the edge from Ohio State, Caden Curry. So
Hometown kid. He's from
so
he went to Center Grove.
okay, cool. Which we for some reason we tend to do that every once in a while,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
y'all
think
definitely show love. Like, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Like
I feel like y'all
so,
get
but
somebody every year that's in some way,
they
shape, or
got some
form.
type of ties to the state. But I think we gotta figure out who can get to the quarterback. We gotta get some guys out there who can get pressure on the quarterback. Because I mean, with our injuries to DBs and just if history keeps repeating itself, chances are we're probably gonna lose 2 to 3 DBs this year. And if we can't get pressure on the quarterback, it doesn't matter who you have out there. Like,
That's a fact.
um, got a backup running back, and we grabbed another receiver in the seventh round. So, I mean, again, can't never have too many running backs as far as, especially when you run Jonathan Taylor like we do. Of course, we need a receiver with losing Michael Pitts, and we just don't have enough receivers in the room. I think we grabbed Westbrook. I forgot what's it Westbrook Iron from he played for the Titans. I think he's actually drafted by the Titans, but we grabbed him. I think he's gonna be our number two right now. But yeah, uh, definitely need to fill the wide receiver room. So um, I don't know, man. I think it's an average draft for the Colts. I don't think we did nothing spectacular. I think we finally just went after what we needed instead of just the super athletic guys or this and that. Like just kind of
Hmm.
being gimmicky with our picks. It was like all right, like we just need solid guys to come in and possibly produce um in in our defense more than anything. So because I think our offense will be okay, pending how what you call it come back, but the defense is even if he does come back, I don't see him being what he was the first 8 games of the season. Just coming off that injury, just knowing the history of those injuries, especially with quarterbacks, none of them come back the first year and play the same. Kirk Cousins, you see what he did when he came back off of his. Aaron Rodgers, like none of these guys that even come back and rehab like extremely well, come back and be the same that initial season. It usually takes them another season to get back to form. So
Right.
I think our defense and how they play is going to be very important. So I think we definitely filled in some backup roles to where we can have rotation of guys on defense. I think we're gonna need that this year to be competitive. Um, but yeah, man, we're gonna jump into the winners and losers. Um, I, I'm a I'm gonna start with the Giants as a winner. I'm gonna start with the winners. I think the Giants won. To be able to get Malachi Fields and Arvell Reese, like you put you put Fields with what you call it? I can't think of his name. I'm drawing a blank right now.
For
Uh, the Giants,
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors. You put them two together. I think that'd be good. Giving Dart another weapon. They got the offensive one, probably the best offensive lineman in the draft too. Uh, so I think you protect your running back. I mean, your running back and your quarterback who both got injured last year. You give your quarterback another weapon, and then you get another edge rusher after you losing, Dexter Lawrence. But you get another edge rusher to pair with Burns and oh boy from last year that they drafted. So, I mean, if you can get after the quarterback and put points on the board, then that's never a bad situation. So I think the Giants did real good. The Jets with their picks, I think they maximized the first round, getting David Bailey, Sadiq, and Cooper at 30.
Yeah.
To jump back up to get Cooper at 30, I think that's great. Another weapon on offense again.
Hmm.
Keep shoring up the defense. You got a good tight end, like what I mean. So it really shouldn't be no excuses offensively. I should say this year for for the Jets. Like y'all should be able to put some type of points up.
Nah, that's a fact.
Um, Cleveland always. I don't know if they needed anything particularly, but of course they're always going to grab some offensive linemen and a couple playmakers. So I think they did good. and the Eagles. Like when we get rid of Ballard, we need to get somebody off their staff. Like they always, I mean, you get Lemon. Um, Not only that, you trade and get a Pro Bowl linebacker from the Vikings. Like I just think they're just always hitting. Like whatever they do, even if I don't understand it, they pick up the 5th-year option on Jalen Carter. Like whatever they do, I just agree with because it always
Hmm.
works out. It
You see,
always
they got
works
that
out.
guy that never played football before.
Who? What's his name?
The Eagles. I don't know what his name is. Weren't you talking about the Eagles?
Yeah, yeah, I was,
Yeah,
but
they
I'm trying to
drafted a
think.
guy that never played football. He's
Hmm.
like
Yep.
6'4", 230 something, run like a sub 4.4, something crazy.
Look, I bet it worked.
Yeah, tap in. Like
I,
that niggas
I'm
look
I'm gonna
crazy.
look it up, but I'm not even. I don't question the Eagles anymore as far as what they do. It's
Yeah.
almost kind of like Baltimore. Like I don't question their
I
organization.
question a lot of shit. I question what Baltimore doesn't do. Not because I mean
Well,
they definitely
yeah,
make good decisions, but if
but
they
I
had
mean,
like a stud wide receiver all these years, bro, it ain't no telling what. That's all they really
yeah,
needed.
that's true too.
That's all they
That's
really
true.
needed. Like they drafted Kyle Hamilton, dude's been a beast. If they would have just had Malik Neighbors or Jamar Chase or T
Hmm.
Higgins or one of those guys, man, that team. And it's like another team that's we talked about this on the draft show. What are the Buffalo Bills doing? I can't
But
name not
see,
one
I
guy.
think,
Well, that's cap. I can name guys that they drafted just because of the cards. I can't name anybody they've drafted, recently based on actual production.
but I
That's
think
crazy.
I think they're another one, and might kind of sort of want to group the Ravens into this little bubble too. As far as sometimes you get drunk off your quarterback success. It's like
Yeah.
Josh Allen is so good that it covers up, like you say, blaring weaknesses at receiver, and it covers up the defensive flaws because y'all putting up so much points. Like your defense, y'all could just play base defense and hold teams under the allotted amount. You know what I mean? When y'all going out there putting up damn near anywhere from 25 to 30 points a game, like you just need your
They
defense
tripping,
just
boy.
to
Put a
to hold
team
strong.
around that dude, man. I feel
Yeah,
like I
if
get I
do
get
nothing else
that,
through
but
the
I feel like
draft.
it would turn me up more if I did have a quarterback like that. I'm like, bro, I got to get
Hmm.
him. Who's the best receiver? This we're two drafts past, uh, like Stephon Diggs and who's their best receiver? I mean, Keon Coleman. I don't even think they
That's why I'm
like
about to say
dude.
Keon. That's why I'm about to say
They
probably
like
Keon
him.
Coleman.
So like,
Yeah, that's
if he
fair.
wasn't under contract, he wouldn't even be with the Bills anymore. They don't. They
That's
they
probably
they
true.
hate the dude up there. So it's just like I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, it's like they're in a situation where they could have traded. They only needed a couple picks. I mean, they could have probably got a wide receiver and a corner or safety and have
Let's
been
see.
cool.
So they got
Like
an
they didn't.
edge. They got T.J. Parker, an edge from Clemson.
Mhm.
They got a QB. I mean a QB, a cornerback. I
Yep.
can't say his name, but he's from Ohio State.
Oh,
Uh,
Ignason.
he,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
that's another thing. I'm like, bro, they're not watching tape if they think that second round that
They got a
Fitzpatrick
receiver from
actually hit me.
UConn.
Fitzpatrick actually hit me in the Ohio State group chat we're in about them drafting Igbenos in second round. I was just like, bro,
Oh
the
yeah, I
Bills
did see that.
they're on some. Oh
But
yeah,
they
yeah,
literally drafted one, two, three, four, five, six defensive players, two offensive linemen, and one wide receiver and a punter. That's the Bills draft, and they got a draft. They got a grade of 8. They got an 8 draft grade.
that's wild to me. I don't know, like
Yeah,
who's gonna catch the fucking ball, bro? Who's gonna
yeah.
catch the ball?
So, uh, I mean, and even speaking of the Ravens, they got a B plus. So their first round, of course, they grabbed the offensive lineman from Penn State. But then second round they grab an edge. Third round they grab a receiver, Jacoby Lane from USC. And then
Okay,
the fourth round they grab a receiver, Elijah Surratt
so
from
right.
Indiana.
Ooh, he went to Baltimore.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, then they cool. It's still
Then
not
they grab tight end
high,
from
but
SMU. They
okay.
got two tight ends. They got tight end from Alabama too. Uh, Qvez. He's pretty good too.
Okay.
He's a decent tight end too. Uh, yeah. I mean, I think they address their needs. I mean, you're looking at two O linemen, uh, two D linemen. You know, two tight ends, which they need two tight ends. They got two receivers. They got a cornerback, and I mean, I guess a punter if that's a need. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think they did bad. As far as if you're just
Yeah,
thinking about
nah.
what they need, I mean,
Nah,
we got to see
that's
how things
cool.
pan out.
I would have loved to see them get, a first round receiver talent, but
Yeah,
I think Lane and Sarai are good picks. I felt like I would have rather just had one extraordinary receiver for those two picks, but that's cool. I'm rolling
and
with that.
I think too, like you got to think they run a lot of unfortunately big sets. You know what I mean with Derrick Henry. You know, double tight ends or tight ends fullbacks or you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like so, like maybe if you just get one of these guys that can produce, you know what I mean, to take some of the pressure off of Zay Flowers, then you may be all right.
Right.
You know, if that's one extra defender that's not in the box who got to, you know, account for a tight end or a receiver. And you got to think they still got Isaiah Likely too. So it's like,
Hmm. No, they don't have Isaiah Likely no more. He
no, I
left.
mean, Andrews,
Martin, yeah.
not Likely. My bad. But you know what I mean? So they've been making it work. But I mean, hopefully they get better. Or don't, whatever. Draft losers. I mean, they're in the AFC, so I can't go too hard. Uh,
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Losers. Anybody who drafted an O lineman in the first round. Loser. Loser. That's just
All
not.
right. Well,
That's never been a good pick for me, bro. There ain't an
I guess.
offensive lineman in the history of the world that I would have taken in the first round of a football draft. It's not one. I don't. You could pick the best offensive lineman ever. He'll third. Like nah. I'm never picking anybody who can't score, put points on the board or prevent points from being on the board in the first round. It's just not what the first round is for. Good night, sir. So yeah, nah. So every loser, all five teams. I think there were five. All five teams that picked offensive lineman in the first round. Especially if you need actual positions, yeah, it is. It's over with. That's an
Well,
ignorant take. Obviously
I,
that's my ignorant
yeah.
take, but it is what it is.
I mean, it's yours. It's yours.
Yeah.
Uh, well, of course, you know, I'm just gonna tell you what the internet said. As far as first the Cardinals, uh, grabbing Jeremiah Love when already having what's in that, Tyler
Tyler
Allinger,
Algier.
Algier,
The
yeah.
hell
So
he
it's
got to
like
do with anything?
you had him, and it's like you draft a running back. Like, why sign this man? You know what I mean? He's been kind of bounced
Yeah.
around anyway. I don't
Jeremiah
know.
Love is one of them ones, bro.
I look. I believe.
He's
I
Jameer
know. We
Gibbs.
get.
He's Bijan. He's Derrick Henry. He's one of them. He's gonna be good. So
I hope.
I feel like what the Cardinals was doing was like, hey, let's go ahead and get that generational position spot, and
Hmm.
we'll figure out whatever else later. But if
Right.
he stays healthy, he's gonna be one of the ones. I'll firmly stand on that. We can revisit that in a couple years, but Jeremiah Love is the truth. So I would have taken that. I would have taken that. Man, yeah, I would have taken him over and over and over again for sure.
Okay. So what about the Rams? I think we were all surprised when they took Ty Simpson.
Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. First of all, my issues with that pick is not that they picked the quarterback, but the fact that they picked him, which he's sad to me. And then with your team just coming from off of NFC championship berth, which I mean they that was a good game. They could have possibly won.
Hmm.
With a chance at Super Bowl on the line. You could have drafted somebody that could have like literally pushed y'all because y'all there. Y'all literally are at that pinnacle. So for them to pass up an opportunity to add somebody to that roster that is going to come in and make a difference day one is kind of crazy. Because like if you put that tight end, not saying that they need one, because I mean they got Tyler Higbee and do they got they might have another tight end, but just say you add another weapon to what they got going. They already have Devontae Adams. They got Cooper Cup. Like you got Matt Stafford. If you was to put another, even defense, if you was to put another stud, another difference maker to that team, they, you know what I'm saying, like they got a
But
chance.
but I think also too, and I only know this because I watched the Pat McAfee show today, and they had their GM on the show, so he kind
Mhm.
of explained it, quote unquote.
Okay.
So I think and from his viewpoint, he was saying that it's like we don't know how long we're gonna have Matt Stafford for. Like, granted, he just won MVP. He's coming back next year. They know that for a fact. But to know he's in his twilight years, in the past, we've seen that this type of situation usually works out if you can get a guy that can sit behind a guy for at least, you know what I mean, a year or two. And he's like, you got to think most of the time they haven't had a first round draft pick in a long time because a lot of times they trade them away and bring in vets. You know what I mean? You know how
Hmm.
they've been win now. You know what I mean? They'll move their picks for and bring in guys who can help them win now. So I think them is like he was saying, like in the future we're gonna have more draft picks, whether we're assuming we're picking late or you know what I mean, late in the draft just because we've been good or whatever. If that's the case, then we can get, like you said, those guys, those impactful guys then, while not having to worry about a successor to Matt Stafford trying to get that position possibly right when we got a guy in the building who could be learning right now.
Yeah. The fact though
Be-
is just that I don't know what they saw. Like even if a team needed a quarterback, I'm not.
Mhm.
I don't like Ty. Was it Ty Simpson? I don't like him in
Yeah.
14th overall. So I
No,
think it's
I'm.
twofold for what everyone else is saying. It's just like number
Mhm.
one, he's not good. So like he's not. I don't think he's. Well,
I,
you.
I,
How
I
do you
can't
feel
say
about
he's.
him? That's your boy. Well, from your
I,
team.
I, I mean, he's clearly a top five uh, college quarterback last year. So I mean,
But
to say
that
he's
don't.
not good, I don't. I'm just.
Is
I'm just.
you think he's first round talent?
I don't determine that, but I think if he doesn't have to play right away, he doesn't have first round talent pressure though. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't have Mendoza pressure right now. You see what I'm saying? So you can I get taking him in the first round because it's like he's there, but I know that I can develop him. First I know who my coach is and what he does with quarterbacks. So I don't have to play him right now. I don't have He doesn't have the pressure of being a first round quarterback pick. He ain't got to come in and win his games right now. Hopefully, what you call it don't get answered, but we still got what you call it in the building also. Shoot, I forgot his name, but
Riley Leonard.
so
Oh no, wait. You talking
no,
about
mm,
uh
the Rams.
the Rams? Stetson Bennett?
Yeah. So like we don't have he doesn't have the pressure of a first round pick. Now if the Rams didn't have a quarterback and they took him, I'd be like, hey, look, that's probably not the pick to make. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But
yeah.
for him to be there and to be good enough that hey, look, he could play football. We know he can make the throws. He's athletic. Like he has all the he plays like a Matt Stafford in college. If you look at him, you know what I mean. Like he could take a
Hmm.
hit. He's tough. Like he has that same, I think, pedigree. But I don't have to rush him into like we always say. We don't have to rush this QB into starting right now. He doesn't have to carry the franchise. We can if we at least get 2 years, 2 more years out of Matt Stafford, I think he'll be ready by then. And in the meantime, no matter where we pick at, we can get those, like you said, we can go and get the receiver. We can go and get the running back if we need it. We can go get, you know what I mean, the DB, whatever we need to fill in those positions within the next 2 years. We don't have to worry about quarterback at all. Why, while these next couple drafts they're saying supposed to be QB drafts, everybody's gonna be fighting for these QBs in these QB drafts because whenever they say that, they never turn out that way. But
Mm.
I think, just hearing him, to me, it made sense. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you don't want to have to worry about that quarterback position, and to like the same thing, like with the Aaron Rodgers and Love situation, is like it's worked. Look at the Brett Favre Aaron Rodgers situation. It worked. Like
Hmm.
a lot of times, if you get that guy sooner than later and let him sit down and learn how to be a pro and learn how to play the position, and you got the same coaching, you know what I mean? He's learning the terminology, everything, and he's learning behind someone that's good. It ain't like you bringing him in to sit behind somebody that's questionable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Or he
fair.
has a chance of taking taking their starting spot. It's like zero pressure on this dude. He could just go in there and learn and learn and learn until we need him. So
Yep, that's fair.
I get it, but they also, I mean, they got a tight end. I mean, they got a receiver, C.J. Daniels from Miami. They got D tackle. So I mean, I think they filled in some spots, but I think nobody thought he was going to go that high. I thought everybody was going to be I think other teams thought they can wait and possibly get him. You know what I mean? Like in the second, third round, maybe even fourth round. They just thought he was going to fall. But yeah, I'm not too mad at it. But just hope Matt Stafford just can stay healthy. Because I
Yeah,
think if at any point he has to get pushed into that starting role, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be. I mean, ready this year, I should say. Um, so uh, another team they've been saying is probably one of the losers of the draft, which we don't hear this often. The Niners, man.
Hmm.
They
What
said
do
they
they need? They
reach.
just need to stay healthy. I don't even know what they need.
Well, that's probably true too. I mean, that's always the biggest thing with them. But I can tell you exactly who they got. They got Deshaun Stribling from Mississippi, wide receiver. Edge from Romeo Height from Texas Tech. Keon Black, the running back from Indiana.
Hmm.
And basically, they said that Stanford said they reached on the two guys, Stribling and Height. They, you know what I mean? They got them too soon. They could have got them later.
Hmm.
So I think that's the reason why they
When
kind of
you got a team where you really don't need much, like I
right. But
honestly
health,
can't tell you what they need. I mean, maybe a receiver
yeah.
because
But I mean, you
that's
get
only because old boy wilding out. Brandon Ayuk is
yeah.
wilding. If he was still like regular, he would that they
You
probably
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
even have
need
to
that.
start. Right.
But I think you do that. You get your receiver just in case the Brandon Ayuk situation gonna do what it's gonna do. But then you get an edge, somebody you know what I mean, who could possibly play opposite of Bosa. You get a running back, you know what I mean, to help out McCaffrey. D tackles, offensive guards, which and an offensive tackle. So you get two of them. Two offensive linemen because Williams. He's in the twilight of his years. Who knows how much longer you're gonna get out of him? You've had linebacker injuries, so you grab one of them. Uh, Cornerback injuries, you grab one of them. I think needs were met. So
Yeah, allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. I mean, like I said, we never know how it's gonna turn out, but I mean, yeah. Again, like for people to say they're one of the losers of the draft, that's another one of them organizations since John Lynch been there. Like I can't argue with it. I mean, outside of injuries, like when they're halfway healthy, they're still better than what I mean, half the league. So
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure.
and that's really it. They say Jacksonville um reached on tight end and some of their other picks, but I don't really like speaking on them. But we do have because my opinion is the super bias, just because I don't like them. Uh, we do have Hall of Fame game Panthers and Cardinals August 6th.
Cool.
So that was announced also, man. But oh, NIL and college influence on the draft. I want to touch that real quick. Um, do you feel like the NIL is affecting um prospects? I don't want to say credibility, but the hmm, the talent in the draft right now. Like, do you think we're getting the best product in college is because of
I don't,
NIL?
for
Like,
football, I don't think it matters because I mean, 3 years, 4 years, it doesn't matter. I feel like the NIL might be keeping some kids in college on the basketball front, which could be making a difference in the talent level and draft. So I do think I don't think the NIL really has as much of an effect on the draft as it does in basketball, if that makes any sense.
Okay. No, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, nah, football, nah. I think it's literally exact same thing. The same people that were going pro 15 years ago is the same level of talent of kids that are going pro now. I don't think we've seen anybody return for that fourth year because of the money now as opposed to then. As opposed to basketball, I think guys are hanging around for the money because I mean you could go after the first year. Guys is like, hey man, I'm having a good time out here. I could stay 2 3 years. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So basketball, yes, in a sense, I think it's still to be determined. Football, no. I feel like it's the same group of guys. They're just coming in with a little bit more money now, but it's the same level of talent, the same kind of guys that would have been going pro 10, 15 years ago, the same caliber guys that are going pro now. So basketball,
Okay.
yes, football.
It's fair. I just want to touch on that, man. But with that, shoot, we are done, my guy. I have nothing else. Anything you want to touch on, man? What we defunding?
Oh man, I don't know if I have anything, man. Life's been good lately. Like I ain't really had to. I don't need to defund the Reds because I mean they just won again, so they 19 and
Okay.
10 on the season. So man, I think we're good, man. I wish that we can defund this. We have to at some point. We have to stop defining people's legacies based off one series or two series. Like now, people are trying to say, well, KD is this because he didn't play. I mean, first of all, he's hurt, and it's like if he's not, if his legacy isn't cemented in your head at this point, like just stop.
There's
I don't even
nothing
want to
he's
go as
gonna
far
be
as to
able to
say,
do.
yeah, yeah, bro. What are we talking about? People are, well, if LeBron does this, he's this. Like, hey, man, if these guys aren't already submitted, I don't think you really know much about. I hate that phrase because I don't want to say nobody don't know, but I would just say you might want to like just tap in because that's crazy. So it's like one series is not about to be like, oh, this guy is this or this guy is not this or no, I don't agree with that. So we gotta defund just basing people's legacies and making them adding different stipulations. KD, because everybody talk about LeBron's 41, shit. KD's 37. He'll be 38 in what either this summer or September or something like that. He'll be 38, bro. That's old as hell too. So like we just gotta give it a rest, man. Let these guys just go out how they go out. If they go out getting their ass whooped, it's still a lot more than some other guys did. So it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, he tried to go. I mean, he went one
Yeah,
game, and it's just like,
KD is KD, bro. I don't care if
yeah,
he
yeah,
fucking
yeah. That's
comes out streaking the game five. Like KD is KD, bro. Like it is what it is. There's nothing he can do at this point that's gonna change who KD is.
I agree with that.
So,
I agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, same thing, LeBron. I mean, a lot of these guys. I mean, I ain't gonna say a lot of these guys, but you know, the guys who's of age. You know what I mean? Who's
right.
already done their thing in the league and submitted their
Yeah, bro.
careers, like you said. Like it's
We good. I'm not about to talk about KD's legacy with nobody, bro. Like that's crazy talk.
yeah. I agree with that. I don't really have too much either, man. Like I said, man, just man, nothing, man. I pretty things been pretty solid over here, man. Looking forward to the WNBA season. You know what I mean? Now the ladies
Oh
getting their money.
yes,
I can say
yes,
that. I can say
sir.
that.
I forgot all
Looking
about
forward to that.
WNBA
They in
season.
preseason right now, so
Yes,
couple
sir.
weeks
I'm
they'll
so
be
looking forward to that.
tipping off their season. So
I just hope
definitely gonna
everybody
be
can stay
excited.
healthy. I hope
Yeah, so
Caitlyn
we
can
could get
stay
some. Yeah,
healthy. I hope Angel can stay healthy. I hope,
yeah,
the Aces can stay healthy. I hope the Liberty can stay healthy. Like I hope Paige can stay healthy.
yeah.
I feel like
Dallas. Yeah.
AZ is gonna hoop down there. Like they got AZ Fudd. Is that her name? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
AZ. And then you got Agumbwale, and you got
Yeah.
Pays. They're hooping. Like man, I'm super excited for the WNBA season for sure. No doubt about it.
Yep. Yep. So we'll definitely be talking about the WNBA, at least the beginning of
Yes,
their season,
sir.
as long as it's running congruent with the NBA playoffs. So, but shoot, I guess, man. With that being said, this has been the
Mm.
Epic Podcast. We will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.